Alright everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to do something that I'm really excited about. I got myself a Christmas gift, a little, to me, from me, and that is a new DJI Mavic Pro. I'm super excited. I had a DJI Spark a while ago, but I lost it, or it flew away and never to be seen again. Boo. So a few months later, I waited and then I decided to gift myself a little present. And one of the things that I'm most excited about this is to actually do photography with it and not just videography for the vlog and stuff. So I'm going to take it down to the beach today at golden hour and see what I can do and try to get some shots with it. I've been watching various YouTube videos on how people use the Mavic Pro and what camera settings and gimbal settings that they use. So I've adjusted it from what the standard settings are, so we'll see how those turn out, and I'll show you what they look like in post-process and tell you what I think of them. Let's go. Alright, I'm out here in Laguna Beach. Brought the Mavic Drone with me. I got the Polar Pro, that's the Indy 4 filter on the front of it. This is going to be my first attempt at taking some real photos with this. Got my Peter McKinnon hat here for some inspiration. Let's see how it does. Alright, we are back home. It's the next day after I shot my photos last night, and I put them onto the computer. I've done some sorting. I picked out a few of the ones that I liked the most, and I'm going to walk you through and take a look at them and see how they turned out. First off, I want to tell you what camera settings I set up on the Mavic Pro. So first thing I did was set it to manual mode off of auto, so therefore I can change the settings myself for the exposure settings. I tried shooting between ISO 100 and 200 so that I could reduce the noise as much as possible. As I did mention, when I was at the beach, I did have the Polar Pro Indy 4 filter on it, so that reduces the amount of light, so it slows down the exposure setting a little bit. A couple of times I did have to bump it up to ISO 200 to get a decent shot without any motion blur. I also put it into RAW format instead of JPEG. That gives me the most versatility when I'm post-processing these photos. I also set it to the 4:3 image size. I just find that more useful, and I can switch it to 16:9 if I decide to crop it while I'm post-processing it. I stuck with the auto white balance for the shots just because I was shooting in RAW. Then I could adjust that later when I'm post-processing and I don't have to worry about it while I'm shooting. Since it was my first time shooting photography with it, I didn't want to have to worry about that setting. It was already difficult enough. For style, again, I got this from some of the YouTube videos I watched. I don't know how I feel about it. I'll have to see what the photos look like and decide. But what I did is I did -1 for sharpness, -1 for contrast, and 0 for saturation. And then I could adjust those later when I'm in post-process. For color profile, I shot a couple of different styles just to see how it looked and what they did in a post-process. I shot a few shots in the D-Cine-like color profile, and then I also shot a few shots in the D-Log profile, and then last I did a couple of shots in normal just to see how I could compare all of those and what they looked like. All right, let's jump into Lightroom and see what it looks like. Okay, here in Lightroom, and for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and accelerate these edits just so I don't bore you with all the little details. I'm just doing a basic edit really quickly. One of the things that, of course, I noticed from using the various D-Log or D-Cine-like profiles is that those images come out really flat, so I have to do a lot of adding contrast to them. Another thing I noticed, since I'm using the Mavic for the first time to take shots and I was using manual mode, I also underexposed a number of the different photos because I was switching between kind of, long shots of the coastline and then the straight down vertical shots, and those are very different light values since the sun was setting at the time. So I have to make sure I adjust those. In doing that, I did notice that while I could increase the exposure since it was a raw file, it did get a little bit noisy, so you got to be careful about that. Now, overall, though, I got to say I'm pretty happy with how all of the shots turned out. I think that they look pretty good, and I'm actually pretty happy with it. All right, I hope you found that informative. I think what I've discovered is that the Mavic Pro is certainly a capable platform to take photographs. It's not about the 12 megapixel camera versus a 42 megapixel camera in my Sony a7R II. It's a good camera that takes good shots that you can get good quality out of. And it's about the photographer finding good shots and not about the camera's technical capabilities. And I'm definitely on that journey, trying to find good shots and find things that I'm happy with. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, hit the like button. And if you like my videos in general, hit the subscribe button. And I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.